New place, lights, camera.
Action.
Robyn,
Hello.
look at yourself.
Oh, I look fantastic. Don't zoom in my eyes, they're all red.
And over here we have someone who only saw part of the film, so therefore they're not hiding. And over here,
What? There I am. Hi.
I'm gonna put this up. So, even though it is evil, we decided to watch Ender's Game, and we were quite fortunate in that I had a DVD copy of it. So we watched that, and it's about this guy called
Alex?
Rogan, who is
Not Rogan Josh, as I first assumed.
yeah. But Alex Rogan does this whole video game thing and gets taken up into space where he has to kill those goddamn evil aliens. I noticed all
By a
the
pedophile in a DeLorean.
And
Yes.
because he has a gift. He's special.
yeah.
He's very good at video games.
And the alien guy, Robert Preston, in between being like how a classic doctor would be if he was American, was totally feeding him psychedelics and raping him. But you notice all of the alien villains, except for like the crappy one, Zur, they were all black.
Yeah.
And then you had like all the hero ones were white except for the one guy.
I didn't realize Orson Scott Card was a racist, too.
Didn't you?
No.
Oh, we already know that he wants all the gay people shot.
Yeah.
Oh, Orson Scott Card, he's racist as well. But yeah. But
First they came for the gays, and I said nothing.
some amusing jokes in this one, such as the small child Lewis, who has a thing, who at age of 7 has a thing for Playboys.
I know, right?
Shut up, Lewis, or I'll tell Mom about your Playboys.
And he goes right back to sleep. Horniest
This
child.
happened to you in real
ever.
life, I'm guessing, but it was Playgirl, or Play Rhino.
I never had paper porn.
Play Rhino.
The internet was invented before I was young.
I don't think about that. There's like a whole generation. Probably everybody on our Twitter doesn't really remember when you would find your dad's Playboy in the closet or something, or wherever dads hid Playboy. I don't know. And be like, ooh.
I've had access to hardcore pornography since I was like 5 and had my first computer. On dial-up.
Yeah, you're like, literally, not literally. You're like,
You've got boobs.
you're much less old than the rest of the car.
I'm old.
You're
The
like a
car's
fetus.
like 6 months
I'm
old.
old like Brendan's parents.
You're a fetus.
We should protect you from
Jesus,
liberals.
God help the woman who has to give birth to me. I'm 15 stone and 6 feet tall.
It's gonna be a giant.
Anyway.
I'm Finn McCool.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about Finn McCool. No.
Northern Irish myth.
Yeah, if you watch these vlogs, you'll already know my rant about Finn McCool.
You'll also know the amusingness of Cuchulainn being claimed as an Irish hero whenever his great thing was kicking the shit out of the rest of Ireland while defending Ulster from the rest of Ireland.
Because they were really pissed off, I
It's
guess.
a bit like calling Jefferson Davis a great American hero. What? They were-
Domestic abuse caught on camera.
yeah.
Sorry.
What else do we got here? We got Dan O'Herlihy playing his best Louis Gossett Jr. in Enemy Mine.
We had some groundbreakingly good CGI.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Much better than the CGI in R.I.P.D.
Looked like actually that's not too far off. Not for a film made in 1984, it did look like an N64, a Nintendo 64 had done the graphics.
Mm.
Which is fine for the space battles because it's like Tron, it's an important CGI film. But for the arcade game parts, it's like even people in '84 must have realized there's something wrong with that arcade game. Either that's from aliens, or this is inaccurate. I'm guessing there was a bunch of nerds who were getting really pissed off at the film, and they were gonna record themselves and then put it on like a YouTube, but even though it didn't exist, and be all like,
Oh, YouTube! YouTube did exist. It was a VHS rental service. You posted in-home videos of your cat, and then you requested funny videos of cats, and it would send you out a bunch of VHS.
People were doing that with the videos. They're ranting about, I turned it off after 20 minutes because the graphics of the arcade game were totally inaccurate. Yeah, you think we can have graphics like that? So someday it's obviously some sort of crazy movie magic, like we're ever gonna have graphics that good.
Hi, you're through to YouTube. How can I help you? Yeah, I'm looking for a funny video about a cat. Oh, sorry, we're all out of those at the moment. They're all out.
Would you like some nostalgia critic?
Well, what have you got instead? Well, we have this video of this strange nerd man in a beret shouting about a film that hasn't been made yet.
It's nostalgic.
Is it nostalgic? Oh, very. Go ahead and send me that.
Also, the Iran-Contra scandal was a false flag, and we've got the video to prove it.
Also, we have a video about how the moon landings were faked. They were? No, but we have a video about it.
Alex Jones begins.
He's like all weak. Down the kitchen, the phone's on the kitchen wall, but he has it like, the cord's wrapped around down the basement, down the stairs so his parents don't hear him.
Like an earlier version of Alex Jones Begins. It goes like this. Oh, Mrs. Jones, oh, Mrs. Jones, oh, Mrs. Jones, oh!
Why would his father...
It was a false flag! My dad did not ejaculate into my mother!
So...
You're getting very close to an Adam Sandler joke there.
The movie.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Oh dear, that's deeply embarrassing. Although I have to say, if I did, this is only because I'm really, really tired. It's late at night and, well, late-ish.
We have to be up in like 5
and that
hours.
was completely unscripted.
We have a double-decker sofa. These two were busy having hot lesbian sex in the bottom part while we were up top.
You were having hot lesbian sex with somebody?
Yes.
All I know is the wagon was a-rockin'. And I was lying still.
No, that's because, she has this really... Look at this. This is horrible, scratchy. And so I was trying to lean on her arm and it was scratching.
It's like a really, really, really coarse wool. Which is really good against the weather, though.
And I'm really glad the cinema let me bring my double-decker sofa in.
Yeah. And there was...
Very accommodating.
You notice how the aliens... You got one alien called Centauri, you got one alien that looks like a Narn, and you got another bunch of aliens that look like cross between Minbaris, but their helmets are made of hair, so they also look a bit like Centauris. This thing is totally Babylon 5, if Babylon 5 was slightly better.
You looked a bit like... Your lizard man looked a lot like your guy at a Third Rock from the Sun. In that one episode. I don't know, I watch shite, okay? Don't watch Third Rock from the Sun. It's shite. Don't.
It doesn't end like you want it to.
It was nice to see Dan O'Herlihy not doing a ridiculous Irish accent. I know the guy is actually Irish, but Halloween 3's accent is just fucking ridiculous.
So, Alex plays a video game and he gets a high score on it. The entire village turns to watch him get the high score.
He lives in this trailer park, where apparently, alcohol and sex don't exist, because everyone's...
Or racism.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all integrated and everything, because everyone's around, cheering him on this video game on, a Saturday night.
And in order to get the high score and therefore be found by Centauri to become one of the Starfighters, in order to get the high score, you gotta just beat the game.
So apparently no one has ever.
I thought video games tended to have a high score that was not contingent on defeating the game, or you didn't have to, if you did one, you didn't automatically do the other, because that would kind of make every single person who beats it.
Well, the thing is, arcade
the
games...
game just really hard. It didn't
arcade
look
games
like
of the 80s and early 90s tended not to have an end game.
Mm.
Pac-Man broke after 257 levels, but no, they tended to just be until you die, and that's how you got the high score.
Yeah.
So he's obviously been playing this game for about 6 hours straight in 1/4 to beat the game.
Yeah, it must have been just really hard. It's the sort of thing I would totally love to see an angry video game nerd about this video game. I don't care that it doesn't exist. James should totally just convince someone to animate it, and it would be a great April Fool's Day episode.
It actually felt a lot like that, the arcade game where you're the Star Wars pilot. From what we saw of the video game, it looked a bit like that in places, and I was like, no, not the... Yeah, you were like Luke Skywalker. I don't remember the name of the game. I remember playing it in an arcade.
Oh, the Atari Star Wars game?
I remember playing it in an arcade.
I seem to recall that
I
vaguely.
had Shadows of the Empire for N64.
Yeah, well, you
Pretty
haven't
hard.
played the Jedi Knight series, so shut up.
I played Knights of the Old Republic for a
Knights of
hot
the Old Republic is a bad game. KOTOR 2 was unfinished, but it was so much better.
second.
I want my HK-47 ending. Meatbag. Question, Meatbag. Did you enjoy this film?
I enjoyed it enough to buy the 25th anniversary special edition. I recall watching it as a child, and therefore that's why I was like, oh, I should buy this.
Yeah, you and your silly American DVDs.
Yes. Oh, how terrible of me to have DVDs that are American.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Americans think this is really stupid.
It's a massive inconvenience to me. I had to bring down a laptop to watch it on instead of putting it on the PlayStation.
You should, at this point, whenever I come over to watch a film with you, you should have the laptop already there, because 3/4 of them are not Region 2s.
Well, I will after Christmas,
Why?
because I'm building a media center.
Ooh.
In Media, Pennsylvania?
No, under my TV.
That's not big enough to put the town of Media. I've
She's
been
in
there.
one of these contrary moods.
Well,
so
I
I'm just
have a
gonna take
shrink
it and
ray.
say, it was alright, you know. I mean, you was
How can you find it?
some
It'll be
good
tiny.
science fiction,
Well,
some good
I'll
80s teen
turn the
movie. You know,
batteries the
yeah,
wrong way
you
around,
can
and it'll
choose
turn
one.
into a grow ray, and I'll grow it slightly.
But it'll be too small to remove the batteries because the batteries will be tiny as well.
I have
The
to
shrink
be
ray
on
doesn't
a
shrink
bus
itself.
in like 5 hours.
Yeah, Omega's flying home. This video will be up on my blip. However, I'm gonna give Omega the other vlog we did tonight, the Thor one. So that's gonna be on her one where we hear 10 minutes of her unvarnished rage at Chris Hemsworth.
Unvarnished.
I have unvarnished something for Chris Hemsworth.
We all know about you.
But yeah, this
Wood is the word I'm looking for.
as Ender's Game films go, you know, the only homophobia in this one seems to be as a byproduct of being the 80s.
It was very 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, at one point there's like, they got this starfighter coming down to meet all the humans and they're like wearing a beige, brownish jumpsuit and like a helmet and stuff, and it's like, who's that? And I was like, it's Dirk Benedict! And no one else knew who I was fucking talking about, because none of them apparently have seen 70s Battlestar Galactica where they wear that exact same fucking costume.
Yeah. Also, as well as that, I noticed that this movie did not use the trope of what happens whenever you meet your doppelganger. They didn't fight or fuck.
They're just kind of like, hey, what's
Neither-
up? Like, hey, how you doing?
Neither of them have a goatee either.
Yeah, but, you know, whenever you meet your doppelganger, you either fight or fuck.
Quite often, yes.
What
In
would
fact,
you do?
I would have liked to have seen a film just about the robot on the planet pretending to be Alex, being like a gay robot, trying to pretend to be a heterosexual human while going to a lake and stuff, and, you know, trying to deal with his little brother masturbating over his head and things. That would have been a great little film by itself. That is a really good idea just for an off-kilter teen comedy.
Yeah, that's really creepy
Yeah.
that they, you know, he's a teen who obviously is college age, living in the same, okay, it's a trailer, but, you know, in the same room, like in the same bunk with his younger brother, who, the only thing that I can think of is, like, maybe, I don't even know. He has a porn collection, he's 7, and that's not right.
He's also obsessed with aliens.
Yeah, and he pretends to be an alien, he shoots random people. Honestly, this kid is either going to be the most awesome character in film history if they make a sequel, or he's going to become like a Columbine.
But the robot had a thing about being
No,
licked
he's
in the
going to be
ear.
that creepy guy that always talks about StarCraft in class.
With his dick out.
My friend Brucey?
I don't know. You make the call.
But anyway, the teens get so bored that their standard Saturday night is driving to a lake and fucking round a campfire.
Like, literally, that's what they're all there for. Like, they have bedrolls and everything.
Yeah. They drive to the lake every week and fuck around the campfire.
Like Silver Lake, which sounds a little bit like...
Mercury.
No, I was thinking it looks like this. It sounds a little bit like the unfinished final album by the, you know, Swedish musician Quorthon, but
Oh.
that was Silver Wing.
At least they weren't going to camp, oh shit, you're all gonna die.
Yeah, Christopher. Yeah, they should have had like a Jason X. That's how they could have got around the aliens who were trying to kill them. Rather than having dressed like a sheriff, they should have dressed up like Jason Voorhees, and then they would have gone, "Oh my God, the legends were true." And then like we all had sex and they all died. Would have been hilarious. Fuck
Oh.
you, Orson Scott Card.
The actual camp that it was shot in, it's apparently inundated with visitors in costume. So much so that they had to put up on their website, yes, we do tours at the camp, please do not turn up in costume. Because it's an active Boy Scout camp.
Oh, you mean Camp Crystal Lake
Yeah.
from Friday the 13th? Interesting.
Hmm.
We
So,
were
yeah.
we were in a film location today.
Gary?
Yeah, we were in a we were in a location where they filmed like some of Sunset Heights.
That's called Chipkey Street. It's kind of one of the main roads here.
Yeah, but we could totally do a tour. No one would care. But, you know, this is where they filmed the bit where they were all yelling at each other on the walls about, oh, the preacher's dead. This is the bit where they crucified the old man to a war memorial. This is the bit where they had a bunch of Chinese guys wandering around. This is the bit where they were all driving around in the limos. This is the bit where they filmed near Belfast because there's no stone circles on this side of the border really close to the city.
Yeah, I wonder why we were driving for 2 hours there.
Hello.
Hi.
Anyway, Alex's game is good, and I enjoyed it. Even though it was very silly, but the CGI was great for the time period.
Oh, yeah, for
Yes.
the time period. Yeah,
It was
positive reviews.
I liked that his navigator was a pure-on warmongering psychopath.
Yeah,
Kill the bastards! I'm driving!
and then he sounded like he did his laugh was like Jim Carrey's version of the Grinch.
This was him laughing.
I'm guessing that's a side effect of the fact that his prosthetic masks were so tight on the mouth he could only do so many things to make his face move, so he just had to be really recognizable and so on. That's probably what happened. But yeah, Dana Hurley, he was probably about 75 when he played that part.
Oh.
So a lot of old men in this film.
Aliens drive DeLoreans.
Yes, a DeLorean station wagon.
It was a DeLorean with tin coming out the back to make it look like a station wagon.
Go, Robert. I forget his name. Robert something. He was in Victoria, Israeli camp. Go him. This was like his last role or something. Centauri. He died right afterwards.
Oh.
But
Centauri can't die. He was simply inactive while his body was recuperating.
that's the irony of his final role. It's like Raul Julia playing M. Bison as his last role, and M. Bison survived Street Fighter. It's like, woo! Dark jokes, dark humor. But we gotta go in. Omega's gotta pack, then she's gotta sleep, then we gotta go.
Pack.
Well, yeah.
Wait, before we go. Lesbian scene was good. Tell them how to be a criminal.
I walked out of my house one time with a knife on my belt and ordered Chinese. I was never picked up, but it's illegal to carry knives in Northern Ireland that are bigger than 3 inches long. If you're going to wear a knife, make sure that the scabbard is the same colour as your trousers and you'll probably get away with it.
You know, you can buy knives bigger than that in Bedlam.
You're still not allowed to carry them without a
You can
valid...
buy it. You just bought it. How do you get it to your house?
I don't know.
Okay.
The law states you're not allowed it.